Hello and welcome to episode 31 of the American Sports and Gambling Podcast with your host Tracy
and the GOAT, Joshua Ryan Miracle, some would call me, better known as J1 around these lands, but I'm here as well.
Today we'll be discussing Week 17 NFL lines as we see them.
Real quick, for you guys that are with us weekly, every podcast, for you guys that are just tuning in, go like us on Facebook, Need a Miracle Sports and Gambling Podcast, Twitter, as well as YouTube, Anchor app. Like, subscribe, share, please. Let's spread this. Let's get it out there.
The Twitter is at Need Miracle. YouTube just Need a Miracle Sports and Gambling. Facebook is the same thing, just like a fan type page. What else? BetSperts, I'm at T1DA GOAT. And then Josh is J Miracle, I believe, right?
J Miracle 93 or J1 Miracle 93.
Yeah, something like that. So just all those things just help us to get our message out to you. Tell us what we're doing, when we're doing it, all stuff. Also, a quick little thing, we got hoodies coming out. Just right now, it's going to be the three brothers wearing it, and Josh's SLATE will be having one. And if anyone wants to pick one up when you see them or whatever, just contact us, and we'll get you into the right people to get those.
All right, we're gonna hop into this week. Not right into the games. We're actually gonna hop into the playoff picture. It's one of the craziest playoff pictures we've seen. We want you guys to know the playoff picture here at Need a Miracle Sports and Gambling Podcast is brought to you by none other than Auto Wash, Car Wash out of Canandaigua, New York, showing some love from the 585 again. We appreciate that. Thank you, Greg, very much. We'll start right at the top of the divisions here. Kansas City, they're already clinched for sure the 1 seed. Bills and the Steelers both are fighting for the 2 still. Depending on this week, depends that. Titans clinched as well, I'm pretty sure, right, Trace? They're in the hunt. They didn't clinch, but I mean they're guaranteed to clinch. Miami's in the hunt. Baltimore's in the hunt. Cleveland's in the hunt. And the Colts are in the hunt. So you want to go over some of these situations here that could happen in the AFC?
Well, obviously, the Colts, the Browns, the Ravens, the Dolphins pretty much, need to win. Because if they lose, their scenarios are, they could be out of the playoffs. So obviously they all want to win. Obviously the Colts are right now on the outside looking in. It's crazy, but anything could happen. I think the Ravens probably have one of the easier games as well as with the Colts. Colts play the Jags. And the Ravens play the Bengals, who are just decimated. I think it has to do with COVID or injury, a little bit of both. They have like 10 players on the roster that are out.
I got it right here if you want me to go over it.
Yeah, go ahead.
For Baltimore to clinch a playoff berth, they just got to win, or Cleveland loss, or Indy loses. Baltimore also gets in with a tie and a Miami loss. Also, another scenario would be a tie and a Tennessee loss, and then another tie or a Cleveland loss. Craziest thing to play out would be Baltimore tie and Indy tie, and then Baltimore would still get in. Cleveland here clinches with a win, or an Indy loss. Tennessee losing, Miami winner or tie, Baltimore winner or tie. Pretty much Cleveland, they just need to win to get in. The weirdest one, I guess it's not even really that weird, but Indy could still clinch the division with a win and a Tennessee loss, or an Indy tie and a Tennessee loss, obviously. But Indy clinches the playoffs with a win, plus a Baltimore loss or a tie. Same deal with Cleveland and Miami. If Cleveland, Miami, or Baltimore lose and Indy wins, Indy's in. Indy tying and any of them teams losing, they're in as well. So, I just think this is still wide open to me in the AFC for that.
Anything can happen. It's definitely going to be fun. All games are tomorrow. All games Sunday. No Monday night. Obviously, there's no Thursday. So, anything could happen. And now we'll go to the NFC, which is pretty, a little more clear-cut, but still some crazy stuff could happen.
Really the only thing I think in the NFC that is going to be up for grabs is going to be the 6 and 7 here. Chicago is in as long as they win, correct? Chicago's in as long as they win.
Chicago has to win, yeah.
Chicago has to win to get in.
They can also get in with a loss and a Rams loss to Arizona.
Yeah, that's the only other team here that's really in play for that last
Oh, you know what? No, I'm sorry.
That last bubble spot.
The Rams have to lose to Arizona for the Bears to get it.
Right. And I mean, the Rams are without Goff. Didn't someone else just go down for them too?
I'm not too sure about the
Oh,
other.
I want to say there was another injury there. And then it's just showing the Cowboys and the Giants because Washington is in control of that playoff spot for the NFC East. They win, they're in. If they lose, it's going to be the winner of the Dallas and New York game. Yeah, it's rough. So that's going to wrap up the playoff picture. Any questions on that or anything? You got anything, Jake?
No questions on that, but Nick Kinzia said, "Show me the hoodie, Tracy."
Oh yeah, this is my buddies from work got me a 2020 AFC East Championship.
No,
Stand up and show it
Oh,
off.
you can't see it? There you go.
I mean, that's cool, but I think they were talking about the podcast hoodies.
Oh, no, I think no, because he was one of the people that bought me this, so he'd be talking about that.
Oh, all
But
right.
yeah, but soon to be 2020 Super Bowl champion hoodies, hopefully here in a quick couple weeks.
Something like that. All right. We'll start off here. Our overall records, you guys know we got a bet going. I was ahead 10 games at one point in time in this little bet here. I am now sitting at 108, 125, and 7. Tracy's 111, 122, and 7. We still got a couple weeks left. I'm not too worried. Hey, if he beats me, every garbage can gets a steak once in a while, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, that was a good one. Listen, you had a 10-game lead. You let it melt away like I knew you would because you get inside your own head. And you know, the real father came and showed up down the stretch.
If that's what you want to go with now.
Daddy came up down the stretch.
Yeah. Okay.
And we will be doing playoffs, by the way, guys, too. So it's not over after this week. But it is over anyway.
I know as much as you guys are probably sick of listening to us, you're hoping it is. Anyway, let's hop right into it. We'll start with the 1 o'clock slate here. Dallas versus the Giants. The Giants are +2. I'm rocking with the Giants in this game. I just think their defense is playing good. They're at home. Dallas is coming to them. We don't know what we're getting out of Dallas still, you know. There's so much talk around the organization to start with. These are two teams no one's going to be sitting, though. Obviously, they both know that the winner of this possibly get in. Very likely get in, to be honest with you. So I'm going to roll with the Giants in this one.
Yeah, I got the Giants, too. Like, you touched on pretty much everything I got. They're home. Dallas doesn't really carry their game on the road very often, to be honest. Both these teams actually got a weird little record here. Cowboys are 2-5 on the road, but also the Giants struggle at home at 2-5. But I think that's just a little bit more of who they played and everything. Also, the Cowboys defense isn't good. The Giants defense is. Van Der Esch also sitting out for the Cowboys is a pretty big loss for them. So you're getting points here with the Giants, and like you said, at home, I just like it too much not to take it.
Yeah, right there with you. On to the next game here. This has playoff implications through and through. Not so much for Pittsburgh with them already clinching, but Cleveland needs to win here to get in. They're -9 at home.
Pretty big number, too.
It's a huge number. For me, I'm still taking Cleveland. I mean, I think they're going to win the game regardless. I just think Pittsburgh not playing anyone, they might blow wide open and just try to keep their foot on it and then rest some guys down the stretch, which both teams resting guys, who knows what we're going to get there if that happens. But for me, it's going to be Cleveland.
Yeah, I got Cleveland as well here. It's just, I looked at this, and like I said, I saw the big line at 9.5, but I just can't really trust Mason Rudolph. 9. And it's just tough. I mean, Myles Garrett might try to kill him again. Who knows about that? But he's just not very good. He's due to throw a couple picks. I don't think Baker's going to make the mistakes, and they're not going to let him. I think, like I've been saying about Cleveland a lot, Chubb and Hunt is the answer there. Watt's resting for Pittsburgh. I believe Hayward is too. Hayden can't play out with COVID, so that defense just isn't going to be the same. And I think down the stretch here, especially, that defense has just been carrying them, and I just don't think it's going to happen this week. I don't think they're going to score points, and I think they're going to get scored on. And at the end of the game, I think it's more than 9 for sure.
What do you got, Jake?
Nothing.
On to this next game here, Jets versus New England. New England is -3. For me, I'm taking New England still. I mean, the Jets won 2 games. Yeah, good for them. I don't see them trying to win a 3rd game. Then you risk your draft pick like you already did once. And for me, New England's just a better team, and they're going to beat them by a lot more than 3 points. So
yeah, Bill Belichick does not want to lose to the Jets. He's going to play his best players. They're going to run the ball. Hopefully Cam throws it maybe about 10 times, runs it 10 to 15 times, because last week against the Bills, his arm looked like it was amputated because it was just terrible. But like I said, just take the better team in this one. The Jets are not the better team. The Patriots are, and I think they cover.
yeah,
And special teams too, because the Patriots can pull some shit on special teams. I can't pronounce their commentator's name, Ozar or whatever, but Ochesky, that's it. He can make some plays, and they block punts, they do different things, so that's another notch in the Patriots' belt as well.
Yep. You got anything back there?
Nope.
Who you like in that game?
Personally, call me crazy. I'm taking the Jets.
3 in a row for the Jets. I mean, that's all-time Jets. First pick wrapped up at an all-time prospect, and then win 3 straight at the end of the year.
Yeah, you're not lying there. On to the next game here, Minnesota versus Detroit. Detroit's getting 4. For me, I'm taking Minnesota in this game. Neither team really, what are they playing for? I just think Minnesota's the better team. 4 points isn't really a crazy line to me. I'm taking Minnesota on the road.
Yeah, this is a weird matchup. Dalvin Cook being out really kind of hurts Minnesota's offense, obviously, but with Jefferson and Thielen on the outside against just a depleted, bad, you could use a million different words to describe Detroit's just ineptitude on defense. I think it's just too much for him. You got the 2 tight ends that can still make plays. Hopefully Kirk, does what Kirk does and makes some plays, makes some big throws, because I don't see Detroit scoring too much. I don't even know if Stafford's in or out. I don't know if that's been ruled on yet, but he's banged up even if he is playing. So, yeah, just take Minnesota here. This is one of the games that just don't matter, so for either team, so anything could happen. It kind of sucks, but if you're looking to make a little money, I'd definitely take Minnesota with the 4.
Now, this is a nice game, Trace. You know if Brady's sitting? Brady's sitting, right?
I think it might be one of those things if he comes in for a little bit and then sits. But I mean, if this, like I said, I don't know anything, but if this tells you anything, Tampa Bay murdered Detroit last week, and at halftime, Brady was out with like a 20 to 30 point lead. I'm not sure exactly what the score was, but they took him out at halftime. They rested him. They're not going to put him in harm's way. I don't think they can climb up or down the ladder in the playoffs. And as you said that, I'm glad you brought that up, because this line really confuses me. But go ahead.
Well, the line's at 6.5. Tampa Bay's -6.5. I'm going to take Atlanta in this game. I don't like without Brady, you know what I mean? How successful are they? Mm-hmm. Especially, you're already starting the whole 6.5. So I take Atlanta here, lock it in. Calvin Ridley, Hayden Hurst, Matt Ryan, they're going to try to put on a show. They're still competing for something, and that's pride, possibly jobs down the road, stuff like that. I think Atlanta here is going to cover, probably even win the game.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't an X's and O's bet. This is just a smart bet to say, hey, Tampa's not going to put, gas on the pedal at all, and, they might play their guys, because, obviously I think, Antonio Brown might play a lot, just because, he kind of came in late, and they want him to, get more acclimated to the offense a little bit, just stuff like that. But I don't see the 6.5. I don't get that. I know Atlanta's banged up, but still, I think Matt Ryan could put up points, and I mean, hopefully they don't blow it against a team that's not trying. But Blaine Gabbert's not scaring me away from this bet of the Falcons, that's for sure.
What do you got back there?
Nothing.
Why you got that look on your face, then?
No reason at all, man.
All right. Next game here, Baltimore at Cincinnati. Cincinnati is +14. They just got hit with 10 players they might be missing because of COVID. This roster's already depleted. They did come out though last week and played pretty well. Who are you taking in this one, Trace?
I got the Ravens. It's going to be a murder. It's going to be a landslide. The Bengals don't have enough to compete. I'm sorry. They might put together a first half or a quarter, whatever, but it's by the end it's going to be more than 14 or 13. What did you get it at? I'm sorry.
14.
Yeah, I 2 touchdowns doesn't scare me here. You got to take the team that needs to win. The only thing, and I actually picked the other side of this in a game further down the line we'll talk about, but if the Ravens get up by the 21 to 28 point margin, and it's the fourth quarter, then boom, Lamar probably sits, blah, 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 and then the Bengals have a chance. But like I said, I just think that they're just so depleted right now, and the Ravens need to win, and I just like the 14. And the only thing is a backdoor cover could scare you.
Right. Next game here is going to close. Yeah, I took Baltimore, sorry. I've taken Baltimore. I mean, with the 10 players out, 14 points.
You kind of have to.
Yeah,
you don't have to.
And Baltimore's playing for something still, too. I mean, yeah, they're almost guaranteed him, but they still got to win, too. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, there's that. This next one, let's talk about this game before we pick it. No Fitzpatrick. Tua has to carry out the team the whole game. The Bills are going to play Josh Allen, I think, to start the game, right?
Yeah.
Are they playing everyone to start the game? I would imagine they have to if he's playing, right?
I mean, I have a take on it. I'll let you give your take.
Well, what's your take?
My take is they play maybe a series, maybe 2, and get the hell out of Dodge. I think Barkley comes in, finishes the game. They pulled a bunch of guys off the practice squad today. I know one they had to because Tyler Cross out with COVID. But Nate Becker's going to be probably your tight end down the stretch. Dane Jackson's going to be getting a lot of corner work. I probably would say, and this is a good thing for the Bills even, Norman's going to get a lot of work at corner too, opposite him, just for, in case an injury happens in the playoffs where they need to use him. I think Antonio Williams at running back, so I would look for Moss and Singletary to rest. Maybe they go into the half just to get a little work. They're a little younger players. But I think wide receivers, I don't think Diggs even is going to be close enough to smell the field at all. Maybe a little bit, but protect him, bubble wrap him up. John Brown probably plays, but I mean, with the lack of talent elsewhere, I don't really think that matters. So actually, with saying all this, I'm going to get my pick. I'm taking, for the first time ever, not the Buffalo Bills on this podcast, taking Miami, just getting points. I think Tua will be fine against a defense that's resting. And also, I think this Bills team is smart, and a win helps them, yes, get the 2 seed, which I would love, and it'd be huge, but I don't think the Bills really want to play the Ravens. I don't think anyone wants to play the Ravens right now, and obviously if you have to play them, you have to play them, but if they can have the Dolphins beat them, the Dolphins get into the playoffs, and then the Dolphins are the 7 seed, I think the Dolphins at home again in a rematch would be an all-out great scenario for the Bills. So I just don't think they really try to win at all, honestly.
I think you're wrong. The Dolphins winning would put them as the 5th. Baltimore would be the 6th. Cleveland would be the 7th. So Buffalo would give Cleveland.
Yeah, but what if all those teams don't win and stuff?
I mean, I'm just saying the scenario you played with Miami winning. I mean, they're going to stay at 5. And then after that is the mismatch down here. I mean, you drop to 3, you're probably going to play the Ravens.
All right, well, okay, then I'll go with my other side then, because that was my mistake. But my other thing is that if the Steelers are resting and you think the Browns are going to beat them, then you're automatically the 2 seed no matter what you do.
Right, that's what my take on it was too, sort of like. And my thing is too, right? For me, if you're watching this game and you're with the Bills organization, right, and you see the Ravens are blowing out whoever, and the Browns are beating Pittsburgh bad, do you just hand Miami the game at that point? Like, do everything, you kind of lose the game?
I mean, you could say that, but no
player's gonna do that.
I mean, these players are fighting for their livelihood for next year.
No, but I'm saying from a coaching standpoint, do you do everything you kind of try to sort of fuck?
I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I just don't think that's in McDermott's character. But I mean,
because I don't think anyone wants to play the Baltimore Ravens in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, like I said, this is my take on the Bills since we're talking about them early in the podcast here. Listen, you can look for any matchup you want. And you could be scared, and the playoff the Tyrod Taylor game and the Josh Allen game last year, you didn't get many points, this and that. Listen, it's a different team. It's all comers. And guess what? You know what? The Baltimore Ravens are a hot team right now. You play them first, you knock them out. That's one less thing you got to worry about. So, my take is, personally, if they go through this first round and get through it, Josh Allen can have a good game and they can run the ball and do what they got to do to win, I think they're going to the AFC Championship, and I think it's fucking game on with the Chiefs. Mahomes versus Allen, give me it all day. I'm going to get fucking real fired out. I got the fucking shakes right now because I could get into that game, but I really do. I think if they win this game and play the right football in the playoffs, then it's look out, because there's no team hotter than them right now. I can certainly tell you that.
Who do you got in this game, Jake?
Oh, in that game, I think I got the Bills winning just to make sure they secure the second seed. Probably pulling Allen by half.
No fucking way. I'm sorry. You can't. You cannot put anyone in jeopardy. Look what happened to Beasley. It's a fucking meaningless game. He goes on a little route, fucking falls on the turn. No way. I don't let Pittsburgh have a 2 seed if it comes to that. I'm sorry. There's too many things going right this year to be messing around playing a meaningless game against Miami.
Brandon D'Angelo asked if Fromm's going to play.
I don't know. Actually, no, he will not, because he was not called up. Yeah, as of today, and I'm pretty sure.
I'd like to see Fromm play.
Yeah, but the thing is, everyone's been saying that, and a buddy texted me and kind of talked about that. He's literally been practicing by himself. He's gonna get someone else killed or himself killed. You know what I mean? I get it too. It'd be cool, but it's certainly a guy that if he gets hurt, it won't matter for the playoffs. But it's just I just can't see it.
I just would like to see him play. I liked him in college.
Yeah. We got a guy that's pretty good though. I don't know if you heard about him. Unlike your team, who just cut their first round pick.
The first round pick that you, Connor Abbott, Devin Abbott, Rashad, all sit here and said, "Oh, dude, you just got a franchise quarterback." When I sat in that chair right there, pissed off, MFing every single person, "Oh, you just got a franchise quarterback, dude. You got a franchise quarterback." Yep, and where's he at? Exactly where I knew he was going to be. Not even on the team anymore, because Ohio State quarterbacks suck ass. They don't belong in the NFL. Fucking go win your national championship and your fucking trophy and ride off into the sunset and save yourself the embarrassment. Go get a banker job somewhere or some bullshit. On the 4 o'clock window here, Jacksonville versus the Colts. Colts are -14. They need to win. Jacksonville loves having the first pick in the draft. They're going to go get Urban Meyer or Ryan Day, probably draft Justin Fields and set themselves back another 10 years, 15 years. I'm going to take the Colts in this one, -14. I do not care. They're going to win the game, and the playoffs are going to be all shaken up. Who knows what's going to happen?
Hey, did you watch the Alabama game yesterday?
Yep, sure did.
What happened in that game?
The backdoor cover.
Scream it for me, folks.
The
this
backdoor
game
cover.
screams backdoor cover. The Colts are going to kick the Jags' ass left and right and center. They're going to beat them. They're going to be up by 28. And Philly Rivers, old man Philly, is going to come out of the game with about maybe 5-6 minutes left in the third quarter. It's going to get, it's going to be weird. There's going to be a couple possessions in between. Nothing's going to be happening. And then boom, the Jags get a couple scores, and it's going to be backdoor central. I'm telling you, I see it right now. I like the Jags in this game, and you know what? I'm completely crazy for it. It makes no sense, but they got playmakers on the outside, and at that point, you're going to be throwing the ball left and right. Give me the Jags.
On to the next game here, Green Bay versus Chicago. Chicago's +4. I'm taking Chicago here and the points. Trubisky's been playing well. The running game's been looking good. Green Bay's going to sit their starters. They already clinched the 1 seed. Nothing to play for, really.
They have not clinched the 1 seed.
Okay, by their numbers, all right. The Saints are sitting their players too tomorrow.
Yeah, but they have to win. Seattle too is right there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Seattle can get it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going off what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking them teams are all going to sit their players, and I expect losses. I'm taking Chicago here with the 4 points.
Listen, these two teams have a bitter rivalry. I don't agree with his take, but I mean, take whichever side you want. He might be right just as much as I'm wrong, whatever. They both need to win, though, in my estimation, in this game, Chicago and the Packers. Rodgers is better than Trubisky. Devontae Adams is better than, who's the receiver? Robinson. What's his name?
Allen Robinson.
Robinson. That's what I'm trying to think of. And I think their running back's better. So offensively, I think they're just better. I think they score more points. And the Bears have been playing really good football of late, except when they played the Packers about 4 or 5 weeks ago. They got absolutely railroaded. I don't think this game's much different. I think that Rodgers is going to be in there for a very significant amount of time just because they want to get him the MVP. Like I said, they really care about that 1 seed up there because you got to go to Green Bay to win a game in late January. It's not fun.
Jacob Miracle.
Yeah.
Who is one of the hottest running backs in the NFL right now?
Aaron Jones.
Wrong.
David Montgomery.
David Montgomery. Thank you. Who's one of the hottest quarterbacks in the NFL right now?
Mitchell Trubisky.
Thank you.
I love the Bears.
Who is one of the best defenses in the NFL right now?
The Bears.
Because of what?
Khalil Mack.
Their pass rush, right? Their defensive line. What did Green Bay just lose? Who just went out for the end of the rest of the season?
David Bakhtiari.
David Bakhtiari, the starting left tackle, the glue that holds that Green Bay offensive line together. They are not going to risk Rodgers getting hurt. As soon as they see him starting to get banged up, they're going to pull him.
Okay.
And that's why I'm taking Green Bay plus the 4.
So we got 1/2/2021 at 7:14 p.m. Right? Is that the time? Yeah. Aaron Rodgers is league MVP, so you can say whatever you want about Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky could go on and go 16-0 next year. He still wouldn't even compare to Rodgers' left nutsack. So I mean, I don't know where that's coming from. You're right about the running game, but I just think the Packers are going to outscore them. I think.
What do the Packers not do? What do the Packers not do on defense? What can't they stop?
They just played 5 weeks ago, and the Packers smacked them like little steps.
And this team hasn't looked different since then?
They have, but since then
All right,
they had
so-
the same team as
So you should know that teams change. Stuff starts
But who have
clicking.
they played.
Wasn't Foles playing too against
Foles
the
was
Packers?
playing, yeah.
No.
He started that game. That's the game he got pulled, didn't
Foles
he?
has been hurt for fucking 7, 8,
Why was
7
I thinking he
weeks.
started that game and then that?
No, that's the first game Trubisky started.
And he played well, they just got beat.
He didn't play that well. He got absolutely killed. He might have put up some decent numbers because of that. But like I said, we can talk about this all, but I'm taking the Packers, and you guys sure as shit aren't going to convince me otherwise.
I'm happy you're taking the Packers. I need the games.
Okay.
On to the next one here, Tennessee versus Houston. Houston's getting 7. I'm taking Tennessee in this game. I think they get up and they coast, but they have good backup players just as well as they do starters. That's why for me, I'm taking Tennessee in this game.
Yeah, another weird game here because, like, well, if this happens and they need
Another
this to
weird
happen-
game here.
I just got you fired up because you know I'm right. But anyway, Texans have a terrible run defense. Titans have a guy named Derrick Henry. That's why I'm taking the Titans all day. They need the win. Obviously you want to get a win. Like I said, leave up nothing up to chance about who you play and this and that. And the Texans are banged up. Watson's banged up. They don't even know if he's going to play still. I'm sure he will because Romeo Cornell said it looked good. But, you saw the Texans last week. J.J. Watt getting pretty emotional after the game talking about the fans. So clearly they got guys in that locker room that just don't give a shit. And you don't want to be not giving a shit trying to tackle Derrick Henry, I can tell you that. So -7.5 I like.
Next game here, New Orleans versus Carolina. Carolina's getting 6 points in this one. I'm taking Carolina in the 6. I think there's just a little bit more to play for down there. A lot of people, possibly with their jobs on the line for next year to prove something. The young head coach still looking to see what he has in his team, maybe, you know what I mean? So I'm taking Carolina plus the 6 here at home.
Yeah, somebody must have slapped you around. You finally made a smart pick that wasn't against me. But anyway, I'm taking the Panthers too. I thought I would take the Saints, or he would take the Saints as the thinking man would. But this is just simple. Teddy fucking covers, baby. Go look at Teddy Bridgewater's numbers against the spread, and just think about how much money you would win if you bet on him every single time. It's unbelievable. He's good. He'll put up points against this defense. No Kamara for the Saints. So that guy's been pretty much their whole offense the whole year. I don't know if they put Breeze in harm's way. It might be a little bit of Taysom Hill. Who knows with that? And they still got a pretty tough road to the number 1 seed because they need, the Packers are losing all that, which clearly I don't think is going to happen, as you heard in discussion earlier. So I just love the Panthers in this game.
On to the next one here.
I need 2 gloves.
Los Angeles Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City's getting 4.5 here. I'm taking the Chargers. Justin Herbert against the second unit here. I think he'll be fine. I think the Chargers maybe play with a chip on their shoulder. Anthony Lynn maybe tries to show he can do something to get another job somewhere. Who knows? But I think Kansas City already knows that. They already know they locked up the 1 seed. What are they really playing for? You know what I mean? Just a chance for some guys to get some PT that normally don't. But for me, it's going to be the Chargers minus the 4.5.
Yeah, I got the Chargers too. Unfortunately, for you Ohio State fans, you can't all have great quarterbacks like Chad Henne rolling around every day. So Chad Henne is going to be out there for the Chiefs. That really scares me.
What were you saying? Would you like to say that in a man's voice now? These people at home probably think their 2-year-old daughter's yelling in the back.
I said you can't all have great quarterbacks like
Tom
Chad
Brady?
Henne.
Yeah, Tom Brady, exactly. That's who I knew you were trying to say.
Graduated like
That's what I knew you were trying to say. Good job, buddy.
20 years ago, Tom Brady graduated.
And he's still the GOAT.
Anyway, Chad Henne, seriously, to get serious, Chad Henne starting for the Chiefs. Take the Chargers here. The Chiefs that don't care. They're disinterested even with all their starters in because they're so good. And I think this is a perfect game for the Chargers not to blow it against a team who doesn't care and is not trying. So if I was going to ever take the Chargers, it's definitely this week. Herbert will, get to throw the ball a bunch, and I think they put up a good number against the Chiefs.
What do you got back there, Jake?
Nothing.
On to this next game here, Seattle at San Fran. San Fran's getting 6.5 here. Like you said, Seattle still has something to play for. 49ers at home, though. They're still in Arizona, right?
I would imagine.
I'm going to take Seattle here, minus the 6.5, and hope they're fighting for something.
Yeah, I'm going the opposite way. I thought long and hard about this, but I just think that San Francisco's that stingy team, that tough defense. Saleh has that defense playing really well, and he just wants to stick it to these teams. And I'm sure they'd love to send Seattle into the playoffs with a loss. And you're getting 6.5 from San Fran. I think that offense can move the ball on a pretty limited Seahawks defense as it is. Even though they've been playing a little better, but still, I don't trust them week to week yet. And yeah, I'm taking San Francisco because of Saleh, and I think they can make some plays on the outside against that Seahawks defense.
Next game here, Las Vegas versus Denver. Denver's getting 2.5 here at home. I'm taking Denver. Andrew Luck, rolling the dice with him one more time for a cover here. I think that he has grown over the last couple weeks. And I honestly think that Las Vegas secondary is going to have a hard time matching up with these Denver receivers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos as well. I just think that the Raiders just got a gut punch. They got their hearts broken last week, and I just don't think they'll respond. I don't think they'll care enough about this game. I am worried about Aguilar and the fast receiver.
Ruggs?
Yeah, Ruggs on the outside against that poor Broncos defense. But, I mean, they're getting 2.5. I think the Broncos will be able to put up points. And like I said, I just don't think the Raiders are going to show up. And I'm glad we are here because very quickly I would like to talk about last week. We didn't get to do a recap show from Thursday Night Football. That play at the end of the game, the Raiders, you got your playoff life on the line. And correct me if I'm wrong, it's a 2-point game. No. Yes, it's a 2-point game for Miami, correct? At the end of the game.
Then they win by 1?
Yep, you're right. 1 point, whatever it was. I think it was a 1-point game. You might be right. And you're going in to score. Your kicker just missed an extra point. Just missed one within the last quarter or so. You go and take a fucking knee and kick a field goal and give the Dolphins every bit of life that they could have ever asked for. I understand there was 12 seconds left. Well, guess what Gruden does then? His kicker kicks it deep, wastes no time on the clock at all, and gets them at the 25-yard line, one play, bang, the game's over. Why are we not running the football, being the Raiders like we used to, running the football? I don't even like the Raiders either. It was just, I just hate coaches that just overthink things and try to be the hero and try to be outsmart themselves. It's terrible. Run the fucking ball for a yard. Get a yard to keep your season going. 1 yard. And you want to kick a field goal. It's just terrible. It's terrible coaching in the NFL. And he should be gone. He got $100 million and you're doing that. It's terrible. Then you don't kick, like I said, you don't kick the ball deep. or you don't kick the ball in play, you don't take any time off the clock, and boom, your season's over just like that. Because John Gruden wants to be a fucking hero and play fucking analytics. Get the fuck out of here. How about we score the touchdown and then we go for 2 and then you're up fucking 7, and no matter what happens, you're going to overtime at the worst. Unbelievable. Sorry, I had to get that out of my chest.
You're good, buddy. This brings us to the Arizona versus the Los Angeles Rams game, which is my bet your house, bet the car, bet the wife, bet the kids. You get it all back here. Arizona is going to win this game -3 points in LA. Arizona has a playoff berth on the line. They got Kyler Murray, who is not healthy, but they also, on the other side of the ball, are missing Jared Goff.
Been a little shimmy because for the first time ever, we have head-to-head lock of the weeks. Because this is my stone cold 316 lock of the week to take the Los Angeles Rams and my boy Johnny Wolford out of Wake Forest. And it has nothing to do with John Wolford, believe me on that. Because Aaron Donald is going to do exactly what he's done the other 3 or 4 times. I believe it's 3 that he has played Kyler Murray. He's going to get the little midget to run out of the pocket and disrupt him. And Kyler Murray's going to have an awful, awful game. And the Rams are going to end up winning this game.
That's not what's going to happen at all.
Okay. Anyone that wants to, he can say whatever he wants here. Please, I encourage you to go Google Kyler Murray's stats, look up the winning percentage and the numbers against the Los Angeles Rams defense, who is completely intact. Jalen Ramsey versus DeAndre Hopkins, give me that. Kyler Murray with Aaron Donald running up the middle, give me that. And they certainly aren't running the ball with Kenyon Drake.
The X Factor. Jacob, who's the X Factor?
Jalen Ramsey.
What?
Thank you. Yeah.
So you're taking the Rams too?
No.
That would be wrong. Everyone forgets about my man, Larry Fitzgerald. He's going to be the X Factor. He's going to keep this team calm, poised, and composed. You're going to see this offense be very fluent tomorrow. A lot of short, quick game, getting the ball out of Murray's hands fast. And I think that they're going to win this game by probably 7 to 10 points.
So they're going to do what they haven't done the last 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a little banged up. They're going to look to get rid of the ball quick.
Okay.
Devin Abbott said Rams all day.
Well, you agree with this guy, Devin. So, I mean, that says enough for me right
He said Aaron Donald will eat.
Oh, here he goes.
Look up the numbers, man.
I mean,
numbers don't lie. People do.
Last time I remember Kyler Murray rolling out of the pocket, it did not end very good for my Bills.
Well, you know what? Arizona's going to win. On to the 8:20 game. The most important game of the week for the National Football League. This game is going to decide the NFC East champion for the greatest division in football. Washington wins, and they're in. And then we get very, very drunk. Washington loses, Tracy probably ends up dead somewhere because I'm going to kill him. Washington versus Philly. Philly's getting 3.5. I am taking my boy, Taylor Heineke, if he plays. They're trending towards Alex Smith. I don't know if they play Alex Smith. I think personally, we didn't do a recap last week as you stated. I thought Heineke looked really good when he came in the game, to be honest. Not great, obviously, but I mean, compared to Haskins, he looked like a stud.
I agree with what you said, but like I said, I've been saying it all year. They're going to get some film on him, and it's going to be preparation for him. If he does play, whatever, but go ahead.
And Washington's going to win this game. Gibson's back healthy. Miles Sanders is out for Philly. I really don't think Hurts is that guy that everyone thinks he is. When Chase Young is in his face barking like a fucking dog, like the predator that he is, we're going to see what he's really made of. And he's going to look like he did at Oklahoma when he was trying to play in the college football playoffs.
I'd love to go the other way, but without Sanders out there, and Hurts finally had a little bit of a letdown last week. I don't think he tears that defense up too much. He's going to be getting a lot of pressure. I got to go Washington too. Get, like you said, Gibson back. McLaurin's going to be making plays. Hopefully Smith plays for him. Because, I mean, I'd hate to see Heineke out there. I mean, obviously, you know, he did play decent last week, but that's not your best option. Going to the playoffs, you want your best option for a chance to get into the playoffs anyway. So I think Washington covers and wins this game. And Phillies doesn't have much to play for other than hope for next year, really.
Who do you got in this game?
I got the Redskins, but Devin,
The Washington football team?
the Washington football team. Devin Abbott says Josh is going to be very upset Sunday night.
Well, Devin's probably going to be munching a bag of dicks Monday morning.
A bag, not one dick, but a bag.
A bag, a whole bag, Devin Abbott. I'm not going to be upset, buddy. They already beat Philly once this year with Haskins, and they were down by, what was it going into the half? 15 almost?
Yeah, I think
14?
I think it was like 17-0.
Yeah, 17-0. They came back to win the game. Not worried, Devin. Not worried, bud.
Haskins
Look at what
was
he's got, though.
channeling.
He's got his Philly green on.
This is the money green.
But, yeah, I think that wraps it up, right?
Yeah, it
Okay,
does.
whoa, can't get physical on a nice episode here. But yeah, I lost my train of thought as he just made me flinch. But anyway, thank you for listening. Another great episode. We'll be back next week with playoffs.
So you had some games you want to touch on.
Oh yeah, we both, go ahead.
I wasn't really going to touch on any games. I was going to say, anyone betting tonight, you want to bet a fight, Garcia's money in the bag. I mean, yeah, you're going to be looking at a crazy line on it, but it's free money at the end of the day. I don't think you can go wrong there.
If you lose, take an axe to the knee.
Yeah. Dude, this weekend basketball has been crazy.
Yeah, the NBA, fuck it. It's literally like either the good teams are winning like they're supposed to with their high spreads, or they're literally just getting beat outright. Like the Knicks beat the Bucks by 20. Last night the Pistons beat the Celtics outright, I'm pretty sure. Just like weird shit going on. And there's just so much, there's not a lot of parity this year really. And with the COVID year, I mean, there's some really bad teams, but they're not playing terrible. I don't know why. I guess teams just lack energy with the no crowd and shit, but that's been crazy. But got a pick for you guys tonight. Knicks, I know they're a joke. Many of you, they're my favorite team though. A little bit of an up and down, back and forth year so far. They're 2-3. They play the Pacers at home tonight, and they're +9. They will be covering. I guarantee it.
What do you got, Jacob?
He's about to get slammed if he keeps that L up with his hand.
Knicks are not winning that game.
Okay.
And
Well, keep rooting for Kyrie Irving.
Tyler Hellman said it's all the back-to-backs in the NBA.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's a good point.
yeah, it is. I mean, there's just so much
A
going
lot of
on.
resting guys too that I didn't think about, but a couple of games that I'm talking about, there was no one resting. They just didn't show up.
Yeah.
The guard duo of the Cavs, Sexland, as Larry Nance likes to call him, best guard duo in the league.
What?
That's all I gotta say.
The Cavaliers?
Yeah,
Are the best guard duo in the league.
obviously.
Listen, the Devil's lettuce is not good. I literally want to come fight you for even saying that on a podcast that has my name on it. What the fuck did you just say?
Sexland,
Who the fuck's the other one? Garland?
Garland, Sexton,
Okay.
Sexland, best guard duo in the
When
league.
they're 10-44, you come back and say that.
I mean, they got a better record than the Knicks, and they're going to sneak into the playoffs as
okay,
an
well,
8
the
seed.
Knicks also beat them by 40 in a preseason game. And beat them
In a
this year,
preseason
did they
game.
Did they beat them this year already?
Yeah.
No,
not? They most certainly did.
the Cavs only have one loss.
What?
Dude, the Knicks have to beat the Cavaliers. This one, I'm not letting this motherfucker get away with that.
You don't even like the Cavs.
I have a Cavs banner in my room. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, the game already started. I fucking forgot.
That's
what
when
time it
LeBron was there.
My pick already started, and the Knicks are up 22-20, so fuck you, Jake. Anyway, so now we gotta get to the bottom of this. New York Knicks, Seymour.
Any questions on there, Jacob?
No, there's no question.
193. The Knicks beat the Cavs.
There's no way.
At
119 to 83.
on 12-16.
Yep.
That was a preseason game.
Oh shit.
Yeah, keep talking.
Right there, 12-29.
Yeah, 95-86, 12-29.
It's their only loss then.
That's fine, still a loss. So no questions or concerns.
That was a crazy twist in the show. Sorry about that. There's a little family beef we had to settle there. But again, another great episode. Please follow those social medias. It's really important, like I said, to get our message to you as quick as possible so you guys can see it. If you like it, if you don't, then go fuck off, I guess. But this has been another episode. Thank you. And this has been your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast. Have a good night. Take care.
Sit.